So I want to show you how we can graph a piecewise function using Desmos. I'm going to try this out on my iPad and see how this video recording thing works. So you can see down towards the bottom of my coordinate plane here, I've listed a piecewise function f of x equals x squared if x is less than or equal to 1, 3 if x is between 1 and 2, 1 is less than x is less than or equal to 2, and f of x equals x if x is greater than 2. And so we can actually have Desmos graph this piecewise function, including those domains. So what we do is on each line, we just enter each function separately. So I'm going to put y equals x squared for my first function. And immediately after it, in curly braces, I will type in the domain, which is x is less than or equal to 1. And notice that cuts the parabola off so that it only draws the piece when x is less than or equal to 1. Now the next part of my function is y equals 3. That's the rule for the middle part. And we apply that when 1 is less than x is less than or equal to 2. So you can see there I've entered that inequality. And the blue line segment shows up at y equals 3 between 1 and 2. And finally, the third piece of our function is y equals x. And that rule only applies when x is greater than 2. And that's the green piece. So Desmos does a pretty good job of graphing those pieces. What it doesn't include is open or closed endpoints. And so we can draw those. We can add them to our picture, but we have to be a little savvy about how we do that. So essentially I'm going to go through each piece again, and I'm going to include any endpoints. You'll notice that in the first piece for y equals x squared, the domain is x is less than or equal to 1. That means 1 is included with that domain. So I want the point 1, 1 to go at the end of my parabola. Notice a purple dot showed up there. I want it to match the red parabola because it goes with that parabola. So I'm going to click my sprocket there, and I'll change the color to red. That's a little gear that you use to change the properties of your graph. For the blue part, the middle one, y equals 3, I want an open dot on 1 because that point is not included, right? It's just a less than. But I want a solid dot on 2 because it's less than or equal to. So I'll enter those separately. For 1, 3, I want a dot to show up. Right now it's black. I want it to be blue, but I want it to be open. So I click that black dot. I change the style to open, and I change the color to blue. Now I have an open blue dot there. And the other endpoint for that piece is 2, 3. Right now it's a red dot. I want that also to be blue, but I want that one to be solid. So I won't change the style. I'll just do the color. And then finally for my last piece, my green y equals x, the 2 is not included in that domain. So I'm going to put an endpoint there, but it's going to be an open dot, like a hole. So that is 2, 2, because when you plug 2 in, you get, to y equals x, you get 2. And then I'll change the style on that dot or to green and to an open circle. And when you do that, you can see that now we've got these 3 pieces graphed correctly, including the endpoints of the segments of the pieces. So that's a quick little intro to graphing a piecewise defined function. Give it a go. It looks very similar on your phone or on your computer. The properties or the techniques are the same. And this should help you get an idea of what these piecewise defined functions look like. Good luck.